goosebumps. You can say that I'm getting that nostalgic feeling. My skin is just, my blood is flowing backwards, it's flowing back into my heart and I'm feeling all some way. And this only happens when you bump into old friends, people that you've had good relationship with in years times and years past. And they do pay a visit to you and they make you the first place to stop over when they're definitely in town or they're ready for a conversation. And this morning, I told you we got a big surprise. For those of you who were on our socials, you must have seen the artwork. But if you didn't know, and if you're locked on Plus FM as well, guess who's live in the studio? The man E.L. E.L.'s in the building, yo! E.L. baby! Listen, first of all, what you know. What you please understand is that we are very good friends.
See, you start. Your mic is. It has been fine.
What you supposed to know is that we are all good friends, so we're going to have a very good boys conversation today.
I don't want to have a boys conversation with
Charlie. This guy.
Viewers, all your volume it.
Yo, E.L. Charlie, it's been a minute, man. It's been a minute.
That's exactly what he's going to say.
It's been a minute, yeah.
I haven't seen you especially in like a long time.
Yeah, in a long time.
Bro.
Yeah.
Wait, no change.
No. I do.
Vampire
blood,
yeah, Charlie.
I do small Rasta self.
Yeah.
You do
Rasta self.
Yeah, bro. I went there.
Yeah, you
I was there
some time ago.
Yeah, I was there, my bro. I was there.
Did you like it?
Yeah, and I came back.
Did you like
but
it?
I'm going back.
You liked it, eh?
Yeah. I love the feeling.
The vibe.
I'm telling you. Aye, Rasta. Russ. Poo. Charlie, yo, I know we're talking behind, asking a few questions, but the first thing that I want to ask was, you said you've been in town because everybody thought you were not in town.
Yeah. I've been in and out. Been in and out. I usually spend half of the time here and half of the time elsewhere.
Okay.
In the States. So when I'm here, I'm really low key. I'm with the family. I'm with my close friends in my neighborhood. I've blocked some people because some people.
Number one is Serial.
Some people I don't know. I don't want disturbances.
EL has blocked Serial, just so you know.
Yeah,
he's
a liar.
He's blocked Serial.
I blocked for a long time ago. He just doesn't know.
Listen, this morning as I wake up, I was just reminiscing some old times, and I said, please, if EL has got a driver's license, that is, if he has a driver's license, please, they should secure it, but they should take it back from me.
Why?
I was just remembering the BMW.
Oh.
I just threw it back. 4444. Where that car is?
Yeah, that car, you sell that car a long time ago. Why you want to drop my keys?
If you have the funny thing, some day I did Ebri, right? I did around Ebri way. I see some guy come honk from my back. I turn around, it be my old Golf 1B. Charlie. Yeah, I see the guy say, oh my days. The guy said that he knows that we meet a hold up.
How you know?
I know that he was the same person I sold it to, or I can't remember though. But it was crazy to see the car still on road.
Yeah.
So if we find that 4444,
well, then as for that Benz, that Beam idea is gone, but the Benz is still alive.
It's still alive. Yeah.
It was 3333 and 4444.
Yeah. The Benz is still alive.
Yeah, it's very alive. It's very much alive.
Whoa.
It's their house. We park up for house.
Souvenir in the
old school Benz. Yeah.
Serial.
It be the Forerunner me I do wait for.
Yeah, the Forerunner.
The Escalade, no.
No.
The guys from Forerunner too.
So the Forerunner. The Forerunner gets stories past the Benz. You don't worry. We are here. It's 1 hour 30 minutes.
We got time.
Hi, bro. The door is open. Oh, I love the pass key. You love it. Unless you cut my finger. All of us gonna die here today, man. I love the door. Yeah, online.
Look, there's this I'm going to read to start the conversation. And my producer did a good job because he was like, yo, first off, EL has been missed. That's number one. Okay. And I don't know how he did it, but like from a boy to a boy, bro, I miss you. I miss you. He says it's been more than 300 days. Check it out.
Yeah.
It's been more than 300 days without officially releasing music.
Yeah.
He says more than 60 days before your last IG post. Right, you have questions to answer, bro. Yeah. And also, before then, your last post was in March 2022, which was 323 days apart.
Yeah, from the previous post.
Yeah.
So we do the CSI on you.
I see. I even the data set is stunning me. I didn't know so much time had passed myself.
Yeah.
March 2022 is crazy.
Since March 2022, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Where you go?
Yo, Charlie, I don't even know how to explain it, but you know, when you are a creative, at a point in time, I think you guys will identify because you're also creative. At a point in time, it becomes work. It starts to feel like you are working. Like the music becomes work for you. Like
why the magic is gone?
Not even you can conjure the magic, but you have to work to conjure up the magic.
It's not free flowing.
It's not free flowing. It doesn't feel like something that you enjoy anymore because you start feel like you're forcing. It's like, Charlie, I have to do this. I have to get to this level of, I don't know. And I mean, when that happens,
was that external or what? So what caused that?
It was external influencing the internal. You know, so external causes. Different things. It came to a time I'll drop a couple of songs and nothing would happen. It came to a time I didn't even have the drive to even push the music as hard anymore. It became a time that I was investing all of my money to put into a song, you know, and so it just started to feel like a lot of tension. And when that happens, it doesn't feel the same.
What's weird is the same people, like you're saying, maybe you drop a song and people don't really mess with it on the scale that you, the creator, think they should. But the same people come and give you stats that 300 days ago, I see the timeline, blah, blah, blah. So what does that feel like, being on the artist end of it? Like you drop something, the way you think say you forgo, the boys didn't mess with it like that. Then the next 3 days, the same boys are on Twitter saying, where El Pass?
Yeah. I mean, it's like fans have an insatiable appetite sometimes. And I think, I don't know if it's with my music or with like artist music in general these days. Music is consumed very, very, very fast. Faster than it was back in the day. Like in times you would drop an album and people would listen to the album like a whole, people would listen up, but you know, people are consuming even more and more these days. So I guess on my side, I had to learn how to adapt to that. But I hadn't done that yet. You know, drop track, no, people just, Charlie, they listen up, okay, where the next one day? They listen up, where the next one day? And it's part of it for me.
Keeping up with stress.
Okay, but hold on. So for an EL that I know who records
back to back,
has an unlimited catalog of music sitting down, that I'm like, EL, so when you go release a song? When you go release a song?
Yeah.
It's saying this. I'm trying
to... It comes down to the style of your release. There are artists in Ghana who can release songs every single week, or 2-3 songs every single week, and that is their style of release. That's not my style of release. My style of release is put out a song, promote it for a while, have it get to a certain level, decide if you want to shoot a music video for it. If you do, because of the reaction you get, you shoot a music video, you invest into that. So it takes a lot more time for me to put a song out. That is my personal style of releasing music. Like you're saying, I could drop a song every single day for the rest of my life if I wanted to, but that's not my style. So having that structure, it makes it a little more turbulent because you invest into it, you put money into it. But for me personally, it came to a point in time that even though I put money into it, I wasn't getting the return that I wanted. And I'm also a businessman. I'm business minded, so I'm like, okay, if this is not like, Charlie, I'm throwing money into this, it's not really going as well as I want. Let me focus on other things. And the second thing is that I would like music to be my passion. I don't want it to be my work. I don't want it to feel like my work. I want it to be something that I actually relax and do and feel like I have control over. You know what I mean? So,
but how do you reconcile that? Because as an artist, you're a professional. As an artist,
but you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to, like, to strain yourself to make music. An artist, you're actually just supposed to wake up, get inspired, go to the studio, release your music, and give it to a team. And at that point, I didn't have that strong structure around me. You know, it has deteriorated for a long time. You know, we had to muddle through, and so a lot of things happened along the way. I felt like, you know what, let me take a break. Let me get a stronger structure around me so that I can feel comfortable and say, okay, if I'm about to release music, this is what's going to happen. This guy's going to take care of A, B, C, and luckily that's what I have now, which makes me so much more comfortable.
It's time to record,
I like that. It's time to record. Yeah.
I thought it was on.
Yeah, I hate Siri. It's time to record.
time to record. It's time to
I need to. What time is it? Why would El set an alarm for 8:56? That's
8:56 is a very important time.
yes.
Watch out. Like, what's up?
For medication.
I will take my pills. I will take my pills.
I mean, we've been talking about this. So we'll come to the very fine details.
Yeah.
I want to find out from you with regards to if the fans contributed in any way to this over demand of an EL, wanting a certain kind of EL, the appreciation. I want to understand if the fan play any role in this.
I don't blame the fans for anything. The fans are going to be the fans. They're going to consume whatever I give to them. My fans are going to consume whatever I give to them. But it's a lot of factors that culminate to me wanting to take a break. I'm trying to put as many of them on the table as possible for you to understand. But the most important factor was I needed to have control of my art. You know, I have so many ideas of how I want the song to come out and how I want the video to look and how I want to present it to the fans. So if I'm not able to do these things, I'm not going to drop music because it feels like a waste to me. That's the most important thing. It feels like I dropped the song, but so I'm like, okay, let me hold up. Let me get to the point where I have enough control of myself, my surroundings, my resources, so that when I drop a song, I can bring that vision to life and give the song that kind of attention and that type of visual that it deserves. You know?
Okay, so for all of us in this room, as well as I'm very sure many of your friends I can list, the Slim Bees and the boys who know EL, know EL is a creative god.
Yep.
multi-dimensional.
Multi-dimensional.
Yeah, super duper crazy.
Yeah.
But please, crazy in a good way.
Good sense, yeah.
Now hopefully people could figure cut this part. No, EL is crazy. So crazy in a good way. Did the song direction of what the world was leaning towards? Did it in any way also make you feel like this isn't what you wanna be?
The direction of what the world
was music. I mean, we moved from a GH rap era, hip hop to the Congo to the Bohe to GH. Now it's Afro beats, like
Afrofusion.
A swing, an inconsistent swing, if I can say.
I think it's very consistent. I think every artist who has foresight and knows his art knows what type of music is about to blow, and they hop onto that bandwagon and they ride it. I'm one of those artists. I'm a producer myself. I produced a lot of these artists. Every single day I'm producing beats. Every single day I'm doing something creative. So I'm very much in touch with the modern sound. When drill was at its peak, I have countless, like Frodo Baggins, for example, is an example of a drill song that is very current. So I'm very current with the wave, I'm not an old man. So I understand exactly what's going on. So that has never been a hindrance for me. The hindrance, like I said before, was I want the music to look a certain kind of way. I want the video to look a certain kind of way. I want the concert to look a certain kind of way. And if I'm not going to get that, I'm not going to drop the music.
So there must have been a point of disconnect because the growth...
Hold up. So you never put in phone like that before. That means the things he line up for the phone.
It phone.
I never see you chuck in phone like that before for the world inside.
Go
on, bro.
No, but so the you want to derail the train of thoughts, like glue on. So I was saying, the growth was exponential, right? Artist of the Year, Best Rapper, bar concerts, all that, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. What led to that point of disconnect? What point were you because it was on an upward tangent. Everybody was like, L is gone. It was on an upward tangent.
Yeah.
And then you are now telling us that there was a point where it felt like the responsiveness go down.
Yeah.
The feedback go down.
Yeah.
The vibe was not the same.
Yeah.
Which pothole, what caused that derailment? Because it's like everything was set. Radio was in love with L. Fans were in love with L.
Girls were in love with
the girls. You don't worry.
Today they say make a shut up.
Apadi, I'm too much.
Yeah.
And I make mistakes.
Yeah. They told you, mommy tell you what your friends. You said, no, I know this guy. Well, what year? No, but what was the point? Something, because if you ask any fan, any industry person, the rocket takeoff.
Yeah,
it was stellar.
I wouldn't say it the rocket take off. I mean, to me, I wouldn't say that because in the background, yes, there's always a personal struggle. Man, there's always something that's going on that the fans and the people around you might not see. But for me, like I said, it began to feel like I'm muddling through. It began because once you start going along, you have bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger ideas. You know. And you want to express those ideas because the stuff that is behind you, you've been there, done that. I said in my documentary that I'm sick of doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. So I think one thing that Ghanaians go through is we hit a glass ceiling and we want to break that glass ceiling, but it's so hard because of different things.
Factors.
I hit the glass ceiling. I hit the glass ceiling and it came to a time I was trying to break it, but I wasn't able to really break it. And doing the same thing, Charlie, doing the same old concepts, working with this, it just got really muddy for me.
I like what you said about the glass ceiling because there was a glass ceiling.
You can see where you're going, but it's like...
Yeah. There was a glass ceiling before One Ghana for Your Pocket, Obumo, all that wave came and shattered that particular ceiling at that time.
The weak ceiling.
Yeah. It was plywood.
The weak plywood.
Plywood.
No problem. You'll be giving me a yard list. So there was a first limitation that everybody saw L consciously break through.
Yeah.
And it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
That coincided with the rise of BBNZ.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we have where going off BBNZ and then you are saying this. Does it have any correlation to the two scenarios? Are they independent of each other? Or is it a domino effect?
I released some of my biggest tracks after BBNZ. I released Shilili after BBNZ. I released Coco, my biggest song ever after BBNZ.
Wow, Coco is your biggest song?
Yeah, Coco is my biggest song. Yeah. After BBNZ.
That's beautiful because I mean,
Coco is his biggest song.
Because I mean,
Coco Master.
Coco is his
this guy
biggest
comes
song.
set this morning. The first thing they hold Coco. So
It's the biggest song.
Yeah.
Because one is the reason I'm saying that because one would immediately think that Obumo was that song.
Yeah, Obumo is a song that burst me onto the scene.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's what people. I mean, the
Top
whole
of mind.
concept.
Yeah.
Top of mind. If you mention L, I'm sure people
It's
think
Obumo,
the earlier stuff, the Obumo, the Kalu, all that.
Yeah.
But details wise, Coco,
especially when I travel and I go when I'm outside, people have heard Coco. People identify with Coco a lot more than Coco is more, it's more widely. So I funded Coco.
So what I'm hearing is that there's two fan bases. There's the fan base that is in love with One Ghana for Your Pocket. Era L.
Yes.
And then there's the new fans, as I call them,
Yeah.
who now know that who love Coco and are making Coco the biggest song in your discography. Now, these two fans, is it a challenge pleasing them? Because as from an artist's perspective, Obumo L is a bit quite different from Coco.
Obumo L was aggressive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There was Ga, there was rap, there was singing, there was Azonto in there, there was everything there.
in there.
But Coco L was more reflective, like seemed more mature.
Yeah.
Would you say that these it generated two fan bases that maybe
to
there's a challenge pleasing these two separate fan bases with one sound?
Yeah. It's not even one sound, it's different sounds, bro. Coco and One Ghana are two totally different sounds. And that is actually the other one.
Bro, he need to hit the studio, man. He need to hit it.
Hold on.
The first one be recorded,
This
this
is a
one
mix
mixing.
engineer. Okay.
I just go off on because
No, not off it. We need the money. So let it come.
So what I'm saying is that now that you have to put out sounds, you have to put work in again, right? Now you have more or less. I wouldn't like to say two
Actually,
fan
see,
bases.
just to chime in quickly. Apart from those two,
Chime with chipper.
you have the all black fans as well.
Yeah.
So you have the Coco, you have the Obumo, and you have the all black fans. So it's
Yeah.
like he has like three different fan
Everybody
bases.
has an EL they love.
Exactly.
Right, but now EL
different
has to put out
different
one track.
One track that will
That unifies
all three. Or
exactly.
all
So
four.
that's what I'm asking.
that's
that's not
difficult.
possible.
That's difficult. Yeah.
It's you see, it's not possible for you to put out one song because somebody likes me to sing more than to rap. When I rap, they don't like what did they do, no? And somebody when I sing, I like, you be rapper, what did they do, no? So for me, it's really difficult.
Wow.
I'm not an artist who has one thing that I do, and it's like the Kanye syndrome. You get tired of it. You're like, right now, what will make I do? I do this. I do the beats. I do production. I sing. I rap. I mix my songs. I master. Like
Forget the fans. Imagine fans know they. What's
that is what I've discovered. After
yeah.
I took my time
Yeah.
to settle down, I'm like, you know what? And I've been told this by so many more artists even before I came to that real realization for myself that actually forget the fans. We love the fans, but it's more about your personal expression at that time.
So which L is the dominant L?
There's no dominant L, bro. You know this. There's no dominant. The dominant L is the one who goes to the studio. I'm feeling like this today. Okay, we're doing this song. Yesterday I was in the studio with a dancehall artist. We made an amapiano song with a dancehall. Not really a dancehall, but he does more dancehall. It's a vibe. So if you like vibes and you go to Spotify and you put it on shuffle, I'm that type of artist that you want to listen to.
That's the stage.
I mean, we shouldn't take for granted the artist when you hit that glass ceiling, because it's a space where you have so many things.
Bro, artists struggle.
Yeah, I can
with that
imagine.
glass ceiling. There are artists right now today in Ghana who are struggling with the glass ceiling. One or two may be lucky to break through it, but a majority of artists get to that glass ceiling, and that's my fear, getting to the glass ceiling and getting stuck there. So I get to the glass ceiling, I'm like, hey, I'm not breaking it, and I'll lay back. I'm not going to keep poking at it. I'll lay back, re-strategize, and then say, okay, this is how I'm going to approach it the next time, and then we move again.
I want to just emphasize a little bit on the glass ceiling, especially for those who are not,
Who are not what?
It's okay.
My brother, who are not what? Why are you talking to us? Are you telling us that we don't understand what a glass ceiling is meaning? Some say, what's it? This is CL or construction. I feel you, man. Take it away, man.
What has contributed or constituted to this glass ceiling? Because then that means it's another factor we need to consider for our music or our industry. Because not too long ago, we were talking about how we've not been able to produce a lot more superstars from here.
Yeah.
And those who are already there,
I like that,
are not also giving way for the young ones to come.
So already where?
Already where? So I mean, so how do we fix it? Because that
then
means
it's a problem.
That means we are going to be encouraging crabology all the time.
That's the
because
problem,
I'm at the top. I'm not breaking through.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna make you come. So I'm pushing you back with my feet. But I may have the qualities, or I may have the necessary, elements to break through the glass ceiling and even bring you along. But
I don't really look at the people who are pulling us down, because if somebody's pulling you down, that means he's below you. I don't consider that to be any type of competition. What I consider to be the challenge is the collective minds of the people. Are they going to support you enough to push through that glass ceiling? Are they going to give you that ear and give you those numbers to shine through that glass ceiling? Because you are only as good as the people who support you.
Right.
So if, for example, you go and you get signed by a big corporation and they want to help you to break that glass ceiling, who are going to help you to break the glass ceiling? It's not the corporation. No. It's your people who are going to help you. So it requires a changing of the minds of the people to evolve with you. That's the problem. Your people have to evolve with you. They have to grow with you. Like, okay, he was doing this now, he's doing this, but now he wants to appeal to a larger audience. We're going to support him to do that. You understand? But fortunately, okay, I'll say unfortunately, because it's an unfortunate situation. We are in a society whereby people like what they like, and what we like is not going to send us to where we want to be.
Oh,
exactly.
I'm married.
So, again,
that's the problem.
Yeah, touching on that, right?
In fact, it has so many dimensions to what you said. But
And again, I didn't want to mention Nigeria, but it's inevitable.
It is. I was also going to mention it.
It's inevitable at this point. We don't put the
same
same
cousins. We can't look anywhere else.
They no get house.
We don't get.
They are our closest cousins. They no get house. Wait till one can chop my kitchen this morning.
We don't compound house.
Get it here, man. They no get house. No, why do you think the artists, the fans, don't hold Nigerian artists to this standard. Anything that comes out of Nigeria, they just take it. Nigeria shovels anything, mouth open, we swallow. But Ghana artists do something, then we nitpick. Why y'all do this thing? But that last track like for then everybody's a critic now. But you hear something coming out of Nigeria, and the Ghanaian is the biggest promoter. We've had this conversation ceaselessly.
Yeah.
I want to know, you've worked for Nigerians, produced with Nigerians, blah blah blah. Is there something about their sound or their approach that makes it impossible for our people to criticize them, or is just familiarity that makes our people talk down on our acts? Because we have superstar talent, but we rarely create superstar brands.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? What in your experience working with Nigerians, everything, seeing the things,
we're just not giving enough priority. We're not giving enough resource to the right people. That's all. That's the God honest.
Money go the wrong side.
You go the wrong side. You go chalk for wrong side. The people we are paying attention to, I'm sorry to say, most of the artists who we are really paying attention to are not going to take Ghana music as far as we want them to. The artists who are going to do it, I could name names. Walasi.
Yeah.
I could name names.
Yourself.
Bogoble.
Yes.
Yeah.
One
I could name artists. There are some artists who are doing it now, and I'm happy to see it. Black Sherif, Jackie, I'm glad to see it. We need more of that, because that is what's going to take us there. Period. All the other stuff that we're paying attention to is not going to do it. It's not going to cut it. It's not. So
but
we need to have a shift of that mindset that, okay, we want future stuff. We want to transcend. Let's pay attention to these artists. These artists are going to get us there.
So what you're saying is we should actually pay attention to our alter artists.
Yeah.
These are not really alter artists. They are our local sound.
Right.
They are our local brand.
Yeah, but I mean, we established that...
Alter is something that people haven't really, like the masses haven't really latched on.
Yeah, but isn't that exactly what you're saying?
But that is what's going to take us there.
Yeah. So marginalized alter. I just think
the other kind of music, the other kind of brand, the other kind of spice.
I think it's going to be really tough on us because we have to do a lot of rewiring.
That's the thing. It's a mental thing.
It
is a mental thing.
That's what I was saying that because I mean, like for us, I said for us who know EL very well, we know the kind of things he can do.
Yeah.
That's why I asked if the fans in any way have restricted that movie, because it's like the things that we are interested in are not the things that the things we like about Ghanaian artists are not those ones that are going to send us there.
Yeah.
It's the other things, because I mean, I take an artist like Ekidi. Ekidi has done amazing music. He's gone partly global with some sound. But the other Kidi,
not partly global. India, the biggest market on the planet.
I mean, I'm just saying that he didn't catch the world market. It was a part. I'm just saying that
the other Kidi is Jamina.
The other Kidi, the other EL, the other songs that now I'm going through a hard drive looking for those songs. I'm like, these songs, this is music. How do we get everybody to like this song? I think that's what I'm saying. It's a mental thing, like
I think it also comes back to us, the tastemakers, and maybe EO may want to chip in on that because we are still on the commercial side of things. We are more traditional with our music in terms of the promotion. So if maybe we decide to play more of these music he's talking about, and it's in the faces of people, there we can start the process of rewiring.
I disagree.
Because where else are they going to hear this beautiful music? These names he mentioned, Bogo Blay, just a few people or a few media houses play his music. Yeah. Right? But because of what I do, I'm listening to his music and I know, but I cannot be the only one promoting Bogo Blay.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? The market woman may not hear Bogo Blay because a commercialized media house that has the numbers will not play Bogo Blay because Bogo Blay is not doing what we know.
I get you perfectly.
So how do we fix that?
My response to that ties into my question to El, right? I think for Ghana to be able to create the music brands that we need to take on the world, we need to agree on the fact that the Ghanaian fan is not the only consumer base. At best, they are a third of what we should be looking at.
But
because the
you
sound
think
that
you have
we
to
want.
meet your home fan base before you
don't.
transcend?
Amare left here and Amare is in Hollywood. You don't.
But that's Amare. I don't think it will work for
and,
everybody.
Yeah, and like he said, with the right resources, we could have 1,000 Amares. And people in Makola don't need to know Amare for Ghana to have one of the biggest.
You know the
pop
crazy
stars.
thing? If Amare blows up enough in America,
go to
the
chase him.
Makola woman will know.
We know him exactly. So
You talk that thing.
Yeah.
You can say sometime. Yeah, sometime for trap. Police said the thing. Ghanaians, an artist has to leave Ghana. You have to leave, go and do something huge, something big. Bro. Yeah, they don't care about you for here. When you come back now, you talk, say, oh yeah, that one a guy, then go raise you.
You said it yesterday.
Yeah,
the footballer will have to go and sign there.
That is how it happens.
Tying into that, right? Azonto.
Yeah.
From Crankman to the whole Azonto.
But by the way, that story you talked at that time was a little inaccurate.
What be the accurate?
About the Azonto thing.
What be the accurate?
It what you talked at that time about. Yeah. It was 90.
Just yesterday.
Just yesterday. It was 90% accurate.
What be the 10%?
But the 10% was that beat that Inshona brought. I touched on it. It wasn't for Sarkodie.
No, I didn't say it was for Sarkodie.
Well, you didn't say it was for Sako. He said
I said you cooked it, and then you decided to put Sark on it.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't decide to put Sark on it.
Okay. What happened?
We decided to put Stargo on it.
Oh,
it was Stargo's beat.
Oh,
we did that
was I there?
That beat for Stargo.
Then maybe they are not there.
Maybe that day you know there. That day
and so narrated. Maybe I wasn't there.
So we decided to do the beat for Stargo. Stargo was coming to the studio.
Right.
As we did do the beats, we Sarkodie appear for them. And Sarkodie get that thing. You go appear for your studio, and then as you do something, you go hop on them and the song go.
Wait.
Yeah. Out of nowhere, unannounced.
If I need to talk this matter, because
we have him here. If I don't ask him, that means I know they.
Yeah, unannounced. Just pull up. We do the beats. You say, oh, then now you get verse for him, but next 2 weeks, everywhere. That'd be how that thing happens.
So what did Stargo do then?
The song was unmixed, unmastered.
Yes, that much I remember.
Crankman,
they complain about
in Shona music take the thing go Nungwa, we go leak for Nungwa.
Oh.
Because you know that you go kill me, there's a space after the second cross or something.
Yeah.
So I was supposed to do another verse there.
I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to say that.
Yeah, Moku come back tomorrow, I go do my verse. Oh, by the time I realized Allah, the thing go global.
Wow.
So we did also we hear say the song. We did also we hear say, you that your song, we go kill me, you no. I see what they go on. Crankman leak the song, we blow from Nungwa, catch the shit to DC to back away.
Just like that.
So
yeah.
Bringing me to acceptance. Bringing me to acceptance, right? Azonto had challenges. There were some people who thought it wasn't cool enough, not be fresh enough.
Yeah, it was down music. It was gutter music.
Yeah,
you know,
it's for the masses.
No be flex.
No be flex, exactly.
Azonto,
but
the word Azonto itself.
When Fuse do it became a flex.
When Fuse did it, when Chris Brown came, the Nigerians actually messed up Azonto. Because then they started calling it Alingo. And then
Square did that.
Brown came to do it, and then Wizkid came to do it, and then now people think it's a Nigerian thing. That's what Nigerians do. They see something is great, and they'll repackage it for themselves.
But they will never accept that they learn from us.
I'm a piano, same
they will
thing.
Never accept.
Alice Benson accepted.
Wow.
Even though he's
you should see our comments on the YouTube page. And I'm saying this for
it's a business.
You should see our comments on the YouTube page.
So that in mind, are you going to look outside, fan base wise? We've seen it with GH rap. We've seen it with hip hop. We've seen it with Azonto, Afrobeats. We've seen it.
Yeah.
Are you going to consciously look outside?
That's what I've been doing. So I've not been on hiatus. I've not been away. I've just been like, you know what? I go find that thing that's going to make me break that ceiling. Because Ghanaians obviously are not going to help me to do it at this point. Like Foley said, you need to go away, go and do your thing, organize your house, put your house together, so that now when you're releasing music, you're not just relying on your local market, but you have an actual machine, an actual structure behind you that's going to get you those numbers, get you that attention, so that Ghanaians and all their distractions can say, that's our guy.
Okay, so we've been talking with EL. If you just joined us, if you haven't missed out, we've been talking with EL, and he's live in the studio with us as well. First interview for 2023. We're proud to have gotten this chance, to talk with one of our superstars. I want to find out, break it down for me. So in this solitude, both in Ghana and at home in the US, what were some of the things you were doing? What were you actually doing to prepare, to rebuild, to strategize, to kill that, thing that was hurting you most?
People want to know this a lot. I can't get into specifics about what I've been doing, but what I can say is I've worked my ass off in solitude to at least get a certain structure around me, right? And to get a certain resource pool, which now is going to make me much more comfortable when I'm releasing music. I'm now at a point whereby at least I know I have a management team. I'm working with Jay, so very closely. He has an amazing team. Yes.
So are you with Skillions now, or you're just?
I'm signed to Skillions Global, and they are my management.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I have my own management company, VO Nation.
Right.
So me and them, we have this thing going on now.
Okay.
And besides that, I have now gotten to a place where I can say I'm comfortable enough to say, okay, if I have this song, I want to release this song, I can do it comfortably. And that is gold to me. Because nothing they paying past underground artists, you get some track. Say, try this track, if I get this artist for top and if I pay this artist, the song will go.
Yeah.
You can't do it. Nothing they paying past that. Nothing they paying past that.
Yeah, are you saying an underground artist?
No, I'm not saying I'm an underground artist. I'm saying it feels like that, because I have this song, I know that, Charlie, I want to get, for example, Damian Marley on it, for example. Now I have to figure out how to get. It's just logistics, resources, all those things have to come together. And when you don't have those things, it's campaign.
I want to have a conversation that the whole world wants to hear, right? You were director of music at BBNZ. Mm-hmm. At the height of BBNZ, we saw things dwindling bit by bit till now. I don't even know if there's a BBNZ music wing.
Yeah.
All the hot talent, Mike Smith, DJ Juice, Sikao Sek, Kwesi Oting, Shaker, Q, yourself, the whole world, Allah.
Yeah.
Everybody, Charlie, that be the Avengers. Charlie,
why?
We were talking, we've talked about record labels, we've given links all their flowers and all that. BBNZ, collect your flowers. What went wrong? Because it seems like from the moment things started going cold on your end, it rippled through the whole label.
Yeah, everybody.
So today now, when we are talking about music labels, and nobody they bring up.
Yeah, but
BBNZ literally set the trend on a lot of the Shaker. I think Shaker is still on the.
Shaker is still on there.
I'm not hearing any impact from Shaker. Yeah. I'm not hearing any impact from Q. Q put out a good project, and then I don't know if he's off music now.
I don't even know if Q is still on there with them.
Because even his bio, there's no BBNZ inside.
No, it's not.
So plenty things. You being director of music on the label, what happened? What's this BBNZ story?
I can't speak for the other artists. I can only speak for myself. And for me personally, what I can say about that is there was a lot of ego and miscommunication flying around. Some things happened, and me, I'm also very emotional. You know this. So I would act up about it, and then I'll tell you not to do it again, because I feel a certain way about it, and then it keeps happening over and over again. I don't know if I should get into the gist of what happened because it happened so long ago.
Bro, we want to know because it happened so long ago, and then we are looking for L music. We are not getting L Day Yankee, L Day Accra. We don't know. So we want to know. And if this clears the air and gets the fans to be like, oh, snap.
Yeah.
That might be the reawakening we are looking for. You get what I'm saying?
What I can say about that, the lessons that come out of that thing is that you just need to communicate. It came a time something was said, and I didn't like that thing was said. I didn't even mind that thing being said, but the setting in which it was said was not good. It's check like we did somewhere. Moku acts professional, and then something was said towards me, and I felt like, oh, come on, man, we're trying to, appear,
with you in the room,
with me there, something poked fun at something, or it said something disrespectful, and I was like, yo. So we had a whole thing about that. Whole not talking to each other, back and forth, boys. And we came back together, like boys. Okay, Charlie, you know what? I'm sorry. I apologize for it. I'm sorry. Okay, cool. Let's move. Back. We kiss, make up, move. And then it happens again. You know what I'm saying? It happens again. And I'm like, yo, I thought I told you, Charlie, this, isn't it? And then, and then that's when the tension came in, and then miscommunication. People know, say, okay, this matter, they go on for here. Let's go and address it. But tension there, if you go talk am. You know what I'm saying? So it began to eat away at the whole institution. And then at a point in time, I just got tired of it all. I moved to Oyarifa near the mountain, and it just dwindled from there. Nobody's calling anybody. It just started to go down slowly to a time that we weren't even talking to each other anymore.
That's interesting because you were at the highest point of your career.
Yeah.
And I mean, one was saying that.
No, he wasn't at the highest point of his career.
Was he?
He was he's climbing. So he's still in the point.
But well, he was.
If you say I was at the highest point,
at that time, you were.
If you're talking about accolades
at the time,
rapper
artist of the year,
artist of the year, blah blah
artist
blah.
of the year,
2016.
artist of the year when
But the guy no
all that shit
died.
was going on.
Oh.
But the guy know that. The guy
Artist
is
of the year was when
front.
all that stuff was going on.
Oh wow.
A lot of tension. Artist of the year, they threw a party for me. I didn't even attend it. I had to be forced to attend that party.
Wow.
Yeah, stuff like that. So there was just a lot of tension going on. So I didn't even enjoy artist of the year. I didn't enjoy artist of the year. It was a very surreal feeling, like what did go on.
Then it makes sense because the conversation always been that previously in some of the songs you put out, you always you subtly address the issue of you put in so much work and you're not getting recognition.
Yeah.
Then after you won Artist of the Year, boom, you disappeared.
Yeah,
You
even
lost.
artist of the year say, then say I don't deserve them, Charlie.
Yeah, I mean, I remember those conversations,
yeah,
and then
deserve
so people are like, you say you now you give me
They
Artist
say
of
I
the
go
Year.
pay and say,
Yeah.
that's it pay me. Actually, I didn't go and where I park my car. I just cry. I say, why? Why? I go pay. How I go pay? Seriously, I was in very, 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 very sad about that.
So why? So when were there no elders in the room that could bring back or bring both parties together and say, look, guys, we actually have a business to run.
Yeah.
We have the funds to satisfy or feed.
Yeah.
Can we just put together or put aside our egos and just make it work?
Yeah, it was just a lot of ego, and there were no elders around. It's just a bunch of boys who went to school together and some other guys who came together and said, let's just do this. And we do our way, Charlie, far. But at the end of the day, we didn't have the structure around us to say, okay, you know what, let's settle this way. That's where the miscommunication affected us. Because we were starting to act like boys. Like, okay, Charlie, these boys take my body put for here, these boys take my body put for here. We're not talking until somebody, egos. So I wasn't in the right either. My ego was also clashing with these other people, and that's how the whole thing.
Was it because you felt like you were the most valuable person in the room?
No.
And of course, the kind of contribution you were bringing to the team.
Yeah, I felt like, I always feel like, regardless of what you give to me, I still demand respect. I still hold my head up high because I value myself in that way. So if I tell you that this thing you've done offends me, I expect you to hear me and not do it anymore. But that's when the whole thing just got very, very, very messy.
Speaking about oversight, adults in the room, and maturity and everything, how is that scenario different from this new engagement? VO Nation is your own business entity. You've known JSO probably longer than you've known the BBNZ guys. So again, that's another familiar space. I know JSO is just as sensitive as I am. This
Skillions is just as sensitive as everybody.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying.
You guys are just too creative to be in one space.
It's still the same. I'm listening and I'm seeing a mirror of the same kind of volatile space, quote unquote.
Yeah.
What is it? Are there things in place now to make sure?
But I feel, sorry, man, I don't want to answer for him, but I feel maybe that might not be happening now because there's maturity, there's experience.
No, I get it. Lessons are learned and everything, blah blah blah. But it's still business. And mistakes are eternal. We will be 80 years old. We still go step on somebody's toes.
Yeah, but we're not going to make the same mistakes again. That's why I agree with Fully, because at that time I wasn't as mature as I am now. I wasn't as in charge of my mental faculties as I am right now. At that time, Charlie, we had no idea what was going on. We had
vibes.
A bunch of, it was just studio. We did do songs. I would stay in the studio for weeks, just recording music, So that was my part. I was like, I'm the artist. I'm making music. I put out music back to back. This guy is in charge of this. He would do this, and we made it happen. But we had no conception of how to actually make it. That's solidify it, and so that if any issues came up, we had this guy who would also chip in and say, okay, Charlie, this is going on, and bring it back together. We didn't have that. We didn't have that glue, So somebody was saying one thing, another person was saying one thing, and it all just disintegrated. But like Foley said, Charlie, time teaches you so many valuable lessons, man, and it changes you, especially when you go through a few things. Me, I passed through. I've actually passed through. There came a point in time I was in the States. I had to start doing food delivery. Yeah, it was that deep. So it came to a point in time I was like, Charlie, I need to get something.
Vodafone Ghana Music Award Artist of
it's
the
the
Year.
first time I'm mentioning this.
Relocated to the States to be a delivery man.
Yeah, I delivered food, bro, from door to door. From door to door, like delivering food, just to just keep myself going.
Wow.
Yeah. This is the first time I'm mentioning it anywhere.
What year was this?
This was a few years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've actually passed through it, and that stuff teaches you things about humility. And so when I meet any artist, the first thing they come ask me for advice, I'm like, Charlie, cool down.
Cool down.
You don't see anything, you don't do anything, just cool down. Yeah, cool down. You reach a point in time when you think you're on top of the world, cool down, just talanku.
Talanku.
Yeah, talanku. So I've done all that, been there, I've done that, and I've experienced it like, okay, this is what I need to do on my next try. So I'm not in a rush to impress anybody. I'm not in a rush to be something that I'm not. And those are the lessons that I've learned. I know the artist that I am. I know my capabilities. I know what I need to do to get from A to B to break the glass ceiling. And so I'm taking my time to do it. So when people say, well, I went on hiatus, Charlie, it's not hiatus. I was going through it. The process that I needed to go through to be the artist that I am right now.
Did you seek help? Did you see a therapist?
Oh, no.
Or you just...
No, I was actually told to go and talk to somebody, but Charlie, we be boys. We be boys. We go through it and we come out of it, and I can self-analyze. I can tell myself that, okay, this is what you're going through right now because of A, B, C. This is what you need to do when you come out of it. And
but there were other artists on the label. One of them that to date I'm still not clear what really happened with him was Kwesi Oteng. And I'm talking about this because of the ripple effect it had on the other artists.
Yeah.
Did you, at some point in time, touch base with them? Did they call you back to say, bro, since you left, things have been this way, that way?
No. When I actually left, I was going to leave with Shika and Q.
Okay.
I was going to actually leave with Shika and Q. Because they were my boys. I brought them in.
You brought them in, right.
Yeah. But I don't know. I some things just happened. I remember I did my bar concert right at that time, and I invited them, and they were like, Charlie, I know if you come because the boys say, So I just felt
conflict
like,
so they chose a side.
Yeah.
Conflict of interest.
Yeah. So I felt like, okay, let me leave with
No,
the
it's
guys.
not a conflict of interest. Everybody was on bar.
Yeah.
So this is not. There was never a conflict.
But this time he's doing the bar concert outside
Outside
BBNZ,
of-
right? So now they have to come because that's their board.
Yeah,
That's
so
their
that's
man,
what
right?
I'm saying. That I agree with you. It's not, but the word you are using is not that it's because it's a conflict.
There's a what?
It's because they played a loyalty card.
Yeah, but if it's loyalty card, they're loyal to him. He brought them to the label.
That's what I'm saying. That so it's not a conflict. They chose the loyalty of the label
So
they
they
were
let him
on,
down.
as opposed to choosing
So
the
that
loyalty
means
of the person
that means they let
who
him
put
down.
them on. So
Yeah.
it's a
They let him
loyalty
down.
card, not conflict.
So they let him down. Okay.
They chose.
I felt let down at least.
Okay.
I felt let down. I felt like it's no hard feelings because I understand that you want to be somewhere where you can you feel like you can flourish. So do you. Because at that point I was by myself. Not by myself. I had my team around me. I had, 2 or 3 people who I left with. So I went to set up my thing and they decided to stay there and do their thing. I have absolutely no hard feelings about that because, Charlie, you want to be where you want to be.
Charlie,
and so that's what happened.
I had to talk to do you. So my ex be tell me take leave me. So he said make her do you. They do you. I do
Everybody
me.
we pass through it.
That's what he tell us. He do I when he come there, he want people see him.
That for GIS in front, like I want man.
That day for GIS in front.
My story, no story.
I said, I for tell the police man say, my mommy or somebody died.
You actually cried?
Dude, if only for Ia who was passing by at random of all the boys in the world. If you Ia, that's why you see me. I said that day, if you don't see me,
That boy pack with
like that day, if you don't see me that day,
Like
I know they here today.
Like you could kill him.
Because my plan that day, maybe as we they drop keys, my plan that day was to hit the motorway at top speed and pull the handbrake.
Oh, you are joking.
I'm telling you,
He was heartbroken.
I
said that day-
You won't go GIS.
I said that.
You want to go GIS?
You don't go GIS.
He go halfway,
I
catch
beg
GIS.
you, leave GIS out of this.
You know, people again.
Leave GIS,
Bro,
nothing in it to know. Let's go there. Like, we go move forward. Go find out. I said that my plan was very simple. If I leave the traffic inside, then if the traffic will wait, keep me. I said, like, I park.
We give you gun too
I
soon,
park
long
where the
time.
cars go. The cars left. Where I park. Where everybody go. Where people in my back, they honk. Beep, 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 beep. I don't hear anybody.
I don't care.
So when you talk about an artist reaching a certain point where like you are blanked out because things are happening to you.
Yeah.
Like I understand. I mean, they're in different contexts.
This is when you're also at your like highest point.
Bro, my highest point is not there yet. So
Hey,
this
Jay.
is when I was starting.
Hey, Jay, it's not the highest point.
Bro,
when he first started experiencing love, women, hey, Jay Foley, foresight time, girls.
If you take knife,
girls.
If you take knife, choke me like
women.
this.
You see what?
I go look at my
Women's.
blue blood will go flow.
Foresight.
In all of this, there's always something that we fall onto. You know.
Wait. So there was something I was coming to before I bring that point. Wait. So just to play the devil's advocate here, where do you find in that BBNZ space? Where do you think you were wrong?
I was wrong because I was a little hasty to this. I have a temper, man. You know, I have a temper myself. So they did that thing that they did, and it really got to me. I'm like, why, Charlie? Why you go do this thing in front of people? Like, I felt disrespected. Second time it happened, I felt disrespected, and I said something about it, and I was made to feel like I can't say anything about it. So it made me feel like, hey, right now I know if he talks safe, and so I just got pissed, and I just left. So I checked in mentally after that. I just checked out, mentally after that. I was like, Charlie, you know what? F that. Charlie, I'm out. But the place that I aired was not cooling down about it and saying, you know what, let me give this one more chance because it's valuable to me. You know, I could have been the bigger person and come back to the table and say, you know what, Charlie, I wish I did that, honestly. I wish I was like, you know what, they have done this twice already, but this is valuable to me. And because I didn't do that, the whole thing just crumbled and disintegrated.
Have you ever
But
thought
that's in the
about
past,
reconciliation?
Oh,
Has that conversation or that idea ever come up?
Not really. I wouldn't say I would want a reconciliation. Reconciliation means I care about it right now. And right now I don't really care about it too much. I mean, if it came a time, if I was presented with the opportunity to reconcile, I would. Because what the heck? This is 10 years ago. But
10 years ago. That's
yeah,
crazy.
this is not 10 years ago. This is like 8 years ago.
It is,
but you know what
7
I mean?
years.
Yeah.
That's a lot. But still a long time.
Still, it feels like, if I'm presented with the opportunity, of course, I mean, we are boys, Charlie. We all are young. We make stupid mistakes. We've all made stupid mistakes. There have been a lot of artists who have left their original labels and gone on to other labels. It happens to almost it's happened to Stone Boy, it's happened to Wizkid, it's happened to a lot of artists. So I'm not any new case. But
do you sometimes think that you've let your fans down?
How?
Now, upon reflection, you know, with the trajectory that you were on, having accepted your wrongs, and of course, you definitely highlighted the rights in your presentation. Do you think you let the fans down? Because now I'm sure most of your fans are now hearing about this part of the story.
It depends on what that fan expects of me. It depends on what you are expecting from me as an artist. I expect me to give you great music because I'm still doing that. So if you are an artist who a fan who appreciates good music, then I don't think I've let you down.
Right. No, that's just true.
But if you're an artist who expects me to be, you know, jumping on stages with Drake by now and doing stuff like that, then I guess I have let you down in that regard. But that might not have been where even my mind was going. I mean, for me personally, if you gave me a chance, I'll be that artist who just releases music to the fans to listen to, and I wouldn't have to leave my house. That's the type of
sometimes
that's what I know you to be.
Sometimes in all of these things that we're talking about, right? There's something that you fall onto.
Yeah.
Like there's this higher power that gives you an escape. At that point or that period, what was the direction for you in terms of faith and spirituality? Because obviously, therapy wasn't the direction according to you? But
when it comes to
faith and spirituality.
faith and spirituality,
If there was even something like that at a time.
At the time, yeah, there was faith, but I've slowly, gradually lost my faith. Yeah, I've honestly, I'm not a subscriber to our modern definition or our modern pillars of faith. This is the way to heaven. I'm more spiritual. I believe that there's a higher power who created us, and he created us. If he created us, that means he loves us, and he's in charge of us. So I just leave it at that, and I surrender to that higher power. But I don't know what the higher power is. I don't know how to define it, describe it. And when we were born into this earth, we're told that this is what you call the higher power, and this is how you get to heaven. But I'm really not there yet. I'm praying that I get enlightened as to what the true path is. But as at now, I just thank God every day for every passing day and for my life. That's what I do in terms of faith.
Love it. So speaking about the music, right, about the sound, all these experiences, is that what the first few new releases or products are going to focus on, or is this like a personal journey that's going to be shelved and you're just going to focus on creating music for purely creative purposes?
And I want my fans to be happy. I want to make music that my fans and I are going to both enjoy and identify with. I lost inspiration a bunch of times, but I'm glad to say that at this point in my life, I can breathe easier, you know.
When you say you want your fans to be happy, what do you mean? Because earlier you were like, nah, forget the fans. But
no, I can't
like
say
forget the fans.
Forget the fans.
No, you didn't say forget the fans.
I didn't say forget the fans. I'm saying I want to make music that the fans are going to like, but also I want to be in a position where I can put that music
freely
to a more bigger demographic, you know, to a bigger demographic.
That makes sense.
So I want the fans to be happy. The music that I'm about to release now is beyond anything that I've done before. It's like I can speak on authority that it's better than all the music that I've released in the past 6, 7, 8 years.
Wow.
It's amazing music because now I can finally breathe and be who I am. And so I'm not going to make kind of music that is only for me. It's a beautiful balance, and I'm happy to have come to this point.
Are we going to see a superhero kind of record? The song that is arguably
I have a bunch of superhero. You like superhero? Yeah. Superhero has made me the most money in my career. And superhero, for example, superhero is a song that wasn't played on Ghanaian radio.
That's exactly. So
I haven't heard a Ghanaian radio play superhero, but that song has made me the most money in my career. Wow. More than Coco and Agbo
I think it was the most African. I need to get it right. On Spotify, it was adjudged the most streamed African song.
Wow.
Yes.
So these things.
Not be juju be that.
You say what?
Not be juju be that. Not be juju be that. That's what is after that.
So
not be juju be that.
Yeah. So that tells me that look, there's something bigger.
Yeah.
There's something.
I'm sorry.
bigger.
So it's the most streamed Ghanaian hip hop song on Spotify.
Oh wow.
Yes, 20 million plus streams.
Well,
And it was also heard on.
They forgive me some.
And this was
20,000 you forget.
You say what?
They forgive me some 20,000 you forget.
This was
that was like in 2012. So right now
She like 12 cities. Like 12 cities.
Yeah, and it was actually off the Bar 2 mixtape.
Yeah.
2015. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that song has
20
been a
million
blessing
plus
to me,
streams.
Charlie.
So that's the kind of direction we're looking at with the new.
No.
We're doing more than that.
Oh yeah, I'm doing. Superhero was on Bar. I'm not. Bar is for a certain type of artist, you know.
So we're going to have Bar this year.
Yeah, you're going to get Bar this year.
Yes.
Definitely. But it's the rappers. The rappers in the house.
I feel like I always feel like Bar is like,
You know,
No be rapper again.
Bar is
the
like the
rappers
mobile
like Bar.
blessed
I go
like
do
Bar.
this track for you. You don't be rapper again. I go assemble the voice.
So the rappers would appreciate Bar. I didn't do Bar last year because I was actually like putting all my stuff together. I was finally ready and I was just busy.
So we're getting Bar this year.
Yeah, getting Bar this year.
We're getting Bar concert this year too.
Yeah, getting Bar concert this year as well.
We back.
Yeah. I want Bar concert to look a certain type of way. And the last bar concert didn't look that way. So I was like, make her cool down. Make her cool down. Make her get this thing right. Make her just get this thing right. Because if I'm going to do it, my mom always tells me, if I'm going to do it perfectly, do it right. Do it to the best of your ability. And so if I'm going to do bar right now, there's going to be a serious bar concert.
Sweet. And I also like the fact that bar has become, I always say it's like the mobile bless the mic.
Yeah.
Because AL constantly gives opportunities to rappers you don't know.
Crazy rappers.
They are doing their thing, but you hear them on bar, and then the next thing you know, you bounce. So I don't know. Are you ever going to come to a point where you say bar has come to a successful close?
No bar stop, Charlie. No bar stop.
So you die.
Barrier.
Yeah, no barrier.
What about the other property? Songs for Girls.
Why?
Is this Songs for Girls?
Yeah, Songs for
Girls.
Yeah, Songs for
the
Girls.
Other properties. There was a few other properties.
Yeah, we have our project Hip Hop. We have Songs for Girls. We got Leaks. We had Bar. Like different.
Are you still going to maintain those, or have some of them come to an end? Are you moving away from them? Is it because I'm going to use the word rebirth. In this rebirth, are we activating those properties again through the new lens that you've got now, or is it a new journey in totality where those chapters have ended?
You can never tell. What I'm doing right now is what is in front of me. I know that I'm going to drop the bar tape. I know that I'm going to drop an album. I know that in a very short period of time, my next single is coming out. But I haven't really planned when I'm going to drop another Songs for Girls. I would like to, but we'll cross those bridges when we get there.
For you to appreciate a journey, I do remember back in 2008 or possibly 9, one fine afternoon, this very tall man just walked into the studio again, and then he was holding a laptop, and on that laptop, if you plug the charger before it go on. Yes, it's the desktop laptop, mobile desktop. He had put on his long sleeves shirt. He had just come back from work, and then he just dropped the laptop and said, "Charlie, I'm not going back there again." I said, "You say what? I said, Charlie, bro, stop. I'm not going to work again." I said, yeah. He said, no. And looking at that time all the way till today, you can definitely say it's been a journey.
Yeah, it's been a great journey.
It's been a great journey.
At the Kaida studio, that studio was a tiny. It was like half of this room.
I know, quarter.
And in that studio was where Jeremy was born. This was when Natalia Andor was born. Mike Smith.
Yeah, it was been a whole family in there.
Classic people came through. Trigmatic was born there.
I went back into that time. Fast forward to now. There was about a new signing you put on your Facebook. I forgot, and I'm trying to. You had shared
1
that.
RPM.
1 RPM.
1 RPM. Yeah, I want us to talk about it.
Yeah.
Just give us some more enlightenment into.
Yeah, they've been also a great help. I wouldn't say a help, but a good partnership with me and what I've got going on now. I mean, they approached me a while ago.
Who are they? What did they do?
Well, they I don't know how to describe it in simple terms, but they are in charge of putting artists in a position where they can help you to grow. Okay. So they do a lot of music publishing. They do a lot of admin for artists. They sign artists on, and basically they're just there to partner up with you and to help your project to move along. Basically,
they're like software.
That's a software.
You install them and then
they amplify.
Yeah. Well, they are kind of an amplifier.
Yeah.
So it's a distro deal?
It's like a distribution company. They do distribution as well, but they also have different arms and different functions that they do.
I can't help but ask, right now that it seems like all the machines are lined up and 1 RPM, Skillions Global, VO Nation, all that, reflective thoughts, lessons learned and everything. One ball that, Charlie, all the rappers stop and left for. Don't mention my name. All the rappers stop.
As you say, you can't.
You know the first time I saw this guy.
Can't help. You can't
I met this guy.
Bro,
This first time I met this guy, he was in the middle of a crowd battling some other guy.
See, people they are around.
They insult somebody with that.
They insult somebody.
Look at you today.
I'm going to
You have failed this country, Cyril.
Look at him.
You have failed this
We
country.
should interview him.
Yes.
They ask you,
all the talent.
Cyril, what happened? Why? Why? How? Cyril, why? How?
Don't forget.
So, Cyril,
Make us ask my question.
what went wrong?
Bro, producer off them.
What went wrong? Who?
So after you left your
Yes.
your label, what happened?
What happened?
What happened with the talent? So for your hair.
Wait, this one in TV they do Elon Musk. Wait, Elon Musk they drill some BBC presenter. Over to you, please. Over to you.
You people plan this thing.
This guy, if you can't sit my studio, he go raps.
So, Cyril, where did you go wrong?
We said it already. There's no love for it. That's why I want to ask.
We need to know his version.
That's why I'll tell you. Let me ask my question. I'll tell you my version. Can I get that, please, my brothers? Can you help me to help you? Thank you very much. Look at my spectacles. Hip hop. I still stand by the fact that the whole continent, nobody they touch GH, and I've systematically seen everybody that I thought was one of the dopest hang up their mics, if that's a phrase. With this rebirth and all that bar concert and blah blah blah.
You mean me? Hang up my mic?
No. I'm saying everybody else.
Right.
The boys are Star Go. Gemini is gone. Scientific is like everybody, right? Myself inclusive. Now that you are saying the bar is coming back, the business angle is sorted, the mindset is straight and everything. Are you going to consciously lead the hip-hop charge in that? Because there's a bunch of new talent. Every single day, if I post photo of Gobesef, somebody go come. When Project Hip-Hop 3, they come. Today. So there's a desire for it. The fans still love hip-hop. Boys still do studio, they rap. If you're coming back with all this, are you still leading the hip-hop charge?
Do I have to lead the hip-hop?
Bro, you're shouting bar.
Yeah, I'm saying bar, me.
Hey, bar.
I'll be the bar.
Bro, if they go war,
rap.
Bro, if they go war, you know me the Hercules.
This one I decided here.
He's
shouting bar, but it has nothing to be a rap.
I'm shouting bar. I'm not saying.
If we go war, if we go war, where Hercules they front. No be Hercules they shout where the other soldiers they back.
But me I no be Hercules.
But they shout bar.
I be bar.
The bar be what?
The bar be what? Rap over Azonto beats.
I go share honest. Guy, go 10 bloody for you. I lock the door.
The honest truth is that me, I'm always in support of the underdog. Always. I always root for the underdog. I always look for the artist where I know say the force. I'll seek you out and I want to like be there for you. Like I did right the other day for Jolly here in Norway. Then they play more songs, but then start play Bogo Blame track. Where I was like, I asked Eric, say who this? And the next thing I picked up my phone, I inboxed him, I say, Charlie, bro, I'm a fan. Come studio. I'm that kind of guy.
Who's this guy? If you mention his name.
Bogo Blame.
Yeah. Bogo, man. Hamdo.
Yeah, Hamdo. So yesterday I was in the studio. We were there till like 2 a.m. in the morning, just recording.
That guy's terrible.
He was sending broadcasts.
So I'm going to do my part. If I do my part, I'm going to put you on. I'm going to do my part, but I don't know how. I haven't really planned on how far I'm going to take it. I want to take it as far as possible, but make us sort out the things I have to sort out first, and then we'll take on the charge. So like I've on occasion like given my studio to artists to record, and those artists have gone on to do great things. I do things in the background a lot for these artists. I don't come and say, "Oh, me where I do this, But
talking about that, I just don't want to forget Dope Nation.
Yeah.
I want to understand the story between you and Dope Nation because the boys are so like
those were his
elites. They are elites.
I was driving in Medina the other time where I hear my song they play. Where I wrote down my song, I see know my song.
So brutal.
So I know where I'm coming from.
Yeah, like
we know the story is crazy.
So yeah, I know.
They are thinking.
Those are my boys.
Creativity, production.
It's like a copy and paste, like
right.
EL in two bodies.
Yes,
that's what happens for mentoring. That's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, and they always give you your flowers. They always give you your flowers.
Man, they give me too many flowers.
What was it? So they were with you for like how long? I want to understand that.
Me since they were running away from school. To come to the studio. Like So those two boys would always come when they didn't have the dreadlocks. They would come to the studio. Skinny boys sitting in the studio just watching and learning.
Wow.
So that's basically
copy and paste.
Same way I learned from my mentor. Yeah. You know, I also had somebody who I would listen to. You guys wouldn't know who they are because they were deep underground artists.
Like who? Like
Graph. You don't know who Graph is?
I don't know who
Graph.
Graph is me and Joe. You know Graph?
Yeah.
Cyril knows Graph. If you hear Graph, you will hear me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is he still active?
He's still active.
Okay.
He's still active. He's a New York artist. Busta Rhymes. If you hear my song, my secret is Busta Rhymes. Like that vibe. Fully from all this thing.
Yeah, I get you.
You know. And the artists who have hung around, like even the artists who I used to even laugh at Gus Elashaz.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Then things like you pick up from all these people.
Yeah. Disruptive people.
Wow.
Yeah. Big Pun. Yeah. That'd be Cyril's favorite artist.
Yeah.
Big Pun.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Yo, Daddy.
Who are we?
Yo, Daddy.
Dead in the middle.
Yo, Daddy.
Oh my God, the producer is please, hey, delete that from your mind.
Daddy. Right.
You know, so yeah, those boys, Charlie, those are my boys, man.
Do you have any new ones you've been working with now? And your side probably you mentioned.
What I do is, yeah, if I like you, I'll invite you to the studio. And I tell people that make no tell people say make no like make I'm
Yeah,
like
you said
Don't turn it into a hype story. Focus and work.
because I got enemies. I got people who don't like me. So I don't want them to be like, oh, that be ELing guy.
Borrow
So,
the enemies too.
yeah, some people are like that. Not everybody.
Yeah.
There's a small percentage of people. I want you to be your artist. I want to support you in whatever way I can. But don't make it like you give me. Nah, don't do that. So there are lots of artists.
Okay.
Bro,
They say
just-
behind
just-
every successful man.
just a quick one.
Please make it quick.
Yeah.
I have a very serious question.
Someone is asking if Stefan is still in your team.
No.
Okay. All right. And secondly, too, the last time I spoke to you, you talked about a foundation. How's that been? I remember. I don't know if you remember the foundation conversation.
That was a while ago.
It was a while ago. Are you still on it? Or
Before
you...
a lot of restructuring had to happen. I still have intentions of doing that. The foundation was for sickle cell.
Yeah.
Sickle cell sufferers because I'm one. You know, but I'm blessed, man. I'm one of the healthiest people I know. Trump has cereal like 3 times.
See your cheeks.
You know, the chicks all come.
You come for me. How you go left here today? I go there and do
I'll
evening.
walk out on
You
this
go do
door.
evening show. You
I'll
go there
walk
and
out on this door like,
you go there and do evening show.
You know, so yeah, that's a foundation that I'm really looking to get into. Also, I'm looking to get into a foundation for elderly people who have not who are not being well taken care of. You know, so yeah, stuff like that.
A quickie. This question is a quickie.
If only.
It's a quickie.
Oh, no problem.
It's time is up. It's 5
Don't worry.
minutes more. So
Continue.
it's a-
GIS still did there.
Yeah, I know, right?
The GIS where you park for. You park right after.
You know the guy.
It's a concluding story. We'll come to that.
Okay.
But let me just ask about the quickie. EL's feminine side. Marriage or girlfriend or family, or I want to know the plan.
I have a girl who I love very much. One of the things I was also aware. One of
You
the
need to take me so I embarrass you. Oh, go on.
You guys zero kills.
Hard guy wait for it.
yeah,
Hot guy, Trump and Cyril. Have a girl I really love.
But I feel I'm getting Trump as you.
Go on,
I feel I'm getting Trump as you. I'll go beat you with the laugh.
Go.
But yeah. I have somebody who I plan on spending the rest of my life with.
Wow.
And that's one of the things that also took me away. Charlie, woman catch me.
Did she play any role in that solitude?
A huge role.
Wow.
Like when I met her, I was actually pretty much a mess. You know, and a good woman has a way of like bringing the best out of you and making you realize like what you need to do. You know.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Is she in Ghana or
Charlie-
she's in the States as well?
She's in the States.
She's in the States.
So, yeah, that's how come I spend half of the time there and half of the time here. So when I've been away out of the public eye, it's just been naturally I just choke.
Yeah.
Recording music, making music, you know.
You forgive me in detail so that I chop police for him. Why? I don't trust you.
You see, you.
No, I don't
I
trust
go
you.
give him the details.
Yeah, so that I go
How?
chop police for you.
Your number, if I don't get your number.
No, you lie. lie. You want to talk for camera? You lie.
Charlie, somebody said you guys should rap your verses on Hard for My Money.
No.
Why say every day I dey come home?
We dey make carry house like so. Be like say the
Let's. Oh,
Serious.
I don't kind of verse.
hey, so you know the kind of verse.
Massa, like 36 syllables in verse. Massa, we're rapping.
I tell him say, bro, the rap, no, it's too much syllables. Cool down.
No.
Yeah, because they pack the rap together.
Like T.I. kind
Zip
of
file.
syllables or...
No, like twist that.
Proper rap.
Wait, I say not proper rap, bro.
Yo.
It's too much.
You know what? The rap that I want to hear from you, whether you rap or you say it, is you and Jeremy.
Oh,
Music
Charlie.
is the love of my life.
He talk about this song.
Listen,
Make it relate to
the guy in last words he talked for the look. That doesn't kill me till today.
Yeah, but
Pardon me, I can't say the words on TV, but he say you don't have. Please let me say it. Let me just say it, please. I beg you, pardon me. I know it's television, but the words in there make sense unless I say everything.
Yeah.
And it's an advice to people who feel like you too know they could do everything. He says you don't have a dick that's big enough to fuck the world. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Blaze it up, homie. Hey.
Rap you out there.
This boy,
No,
you think that your thing is so, which is like you think say you be you, so you go fit do anything you want.
not go fit.
Basically, that's all it's running.
Charlie, on that note, let me also please chip in quickly.
Yes.
Someone is asking that you say rap the lines on All Black.
Before he raps the All Black one, wait, he's going off TV, wait, and then you and Ian Jazzy, Envy.
Oh, that's
Feed off my envy.
Yeah, I remember the video to date.
Oh Lord.
Ian Jazzy. Shout out
Now
to
they
Ian
can
Jazzy.
do All Black.
Yeah, so do you remember your lines for All Black?
Do I remember? Oh, of course I remember my life.
So they said give them freestyle. This is on Facebook.
Freestyle for All Black.
Yeah.
Make a flex, Charlie. This is our time. Hope for my niggas sitting on the sidelines. I could write rhymes for a lifetime, but what's rhymes? I'm trying to get my mind right. My mama wanna see her son shine, so I rain on these niggas all one time. Money and the fame, it don't mean nothing. If you look a good name, you they run blind.
Charlie, they say make you try and get Papi Kojo and Joey B together. Eh?
Oh, Charlie, that's in the job. It could be job.
Yeah,
It be off-air
Papi
conversation.
Kojo and Joey B together.
It be job,
So,
but I would
thank
also
you.
like to see that, man.
Charlie, please.
But you know we had a song.
One rap
Yes.
music.
After All Black.
Yes.
Please, you want rap music. You do the rest. But
You want rap music, some people too want cocoa.
yeah. But forget those people.
That be me, my
Forget
problem.
forget
you.
They don't be serious, bro.
Our time is up. There'll be a celebration party in front of GIS.
Memorial, it be memorial.
Because right
will
now,
cry
if
for us.
it be blue.
You be Rambo. You tell Rambo.
Come on, bro.
By the time I dey come drop Kalu way, I tell police say make him meet me for
Palace Mall
Junction.
Charlie,
Oh yeah.
Listen,
that be the
I'll
first
play
time I
this
play
song.
Kalu for anybody. We are watchfully in reaction.
Hey,
It's like,
I'm mad.
Okay, this song.
go far.
This song go far.
he called me saying for Palace Mall.
Yeah.
He said, I listen to the song. I said, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Bro,
Charlie, on that note, we're
I'll
done.
forget
Our
that
time is up. We have to go. You want more of EL? Catch it on socials. You can find this show on
YouTube as
socials
well,
on
yeah.
YouTube. Or tonight, you can watch it 10 p.m. as well. EL, before we wrap up, any final things you want to drop out there?
No, man. I really appreciate you guys all. I'm glad to be in a place right now with you guys, feeling free, feeling mentally, physically, spiritually healthy to give you guys the kind of music that you need. So big ups to Skillion's Music. They're an amazing management company who are partnered up with. Big ups to 1RPM. Big ups to World. Big ups to everybody, man, who has been riding with me up till now. And there's new music coming out really soon. So watch this space.
Don't mention it.
Okay. All right. We have to go now. We gotta go. We
Bye-bye.
gotta
Tomorrow's episode is here,
go. We
so
gotta
Charlie,
go.
we got episode tomorrow.
Hey, okay, sorry, I couldn't get your question in time, but I'm so sorry. I was asking about something about drum roll. Our time is up, but we gotta go.
yeah.
And we are out.